If you think you need to spend $800 or even $1,000 to get a great smartphone in 2026, you're about to be surprised. What if I told you that some phones under just $200 can take impressive photos, handle gaming, last all day on a single charge, and even outperform devices that cost twice as much just a few years ago? Sounds impossible, right? Well, not anymore. The smartphone market has changed dramatically. Budget phones are no longer slow, boring devices made only for calls and texts. Today, competition between brands has become so intense that companies are packing premium features into affordable devices just to stay ahead. But here's the catch. Not every cheap phone is actually a good deal. Some are incredible hidden gems, while others look amazing on paper but disappoint the moment you start using them. So, which phones truly deserve your money? Which one gives you the best camera, the smoothest display, the longest battery life, or the fastest performance? And most importantly, which phone offers the best overall value without making you regret your purchase 6 months later? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which budget smartphone fits your needs. And one phone in particular completely changed what people expect from the under $200 category. For years, buying a budget smartphone meant accepting compromises everywhere. You had to deal with laggy software, poor cameras, dim displays, and batteries that barely survived a full day. It felt like manufacturers intentionally removed every feature that made smartphones enjoyable. But something fascinating happened over the last few years. Powerful processors became cheaper to manufacture. Display technology improved. Camera sensors became more affordable. Battery technology became more efficient. As a result, companies started bringing flagship-inspired features into devices that almost anyone could afford. Today, spending under $200 no longer means settling for less. Instead, it's about making smart choices. And that's where this guide becomes important, because the best phone isn't necessarily the one with the biggest marketing campaign. Let's start with one of the strongest all-around contenders, the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. Samsung has spent years perfecting its budget lineup, and the Galaxy A16 5G reflects that experience. Right away, the large AMOLED display stands out. Colors are vibrant, blacks are deep, and scrolling feels noticeably smoother thanks to the high refresh rate. Watching YouTube, Netflix, or browsing social media feels surprisingly premium for this price. Battery life is another major advantage. With its large battery capacity, many users can comfortably get through an entire day, even with heavy use. Samsung software is also one of the biggest reasons people choose Galaxy phones. The interface is clean, reliable, and supported with multiple years of security and software updates, giving buyers confidence that their investment won't become outdated quickly. But while Samsung excels in display quality and software support, another competitor focuses on something completely different, and it might surprise you. Meet the Motorola Moto G Power. Motorola has built a reputation around simplicity and endurance, and the Moto G Power continues that tradition beautifully. Instead of filling the phone with unnecessary apps, Motorola keeps Android close to its original design. The experience feels fast, responsive, and refreshingly clean. Where this phone truly shines is battery life. Many users report stretching it into a second day without reaching for a charger. Imagine traveling, attending classes, or working long shifts without constantly worrying about battery percentage. That's exactly where the Moto G Power earns its name. The cameras aren't class-leading, but they perform reliably in daylight, making them more than capable for social media, family photos, and everyday memories. However, battery isn't everything. What if your priority is gaming? That's where Poco enters the conversation. Xiaomi's Poco series has become famous worldwide for delivering unbelievable performance at aggressive prices. Phones like the Poco M7 Pro and similar budget offerings often include processors that outperform many competitors in the same price range. Games launch faster, apps switch smoothly, multitasking becomes effortless. Even demanding titles run surprisingly well with optimized graphics settings. This is why tech enthusiasts often recommend Poco devices to younger buyers or anyone who values raw speed over brand recognition. Of course, performance alone doesn't create a great smartphone. Software optimization matters just as much, and that's where opinions become divided. Some users love Poco's feature-rich interface, while others prefer the cleaner experience offered by Motorola or Samsung. But here's something many buyers overlook entirely: software updates. Imagine buying a phone today that feels amazing but stops receiving security updates after only a year. Suddenly, your investment loses value much faster than expected. This is one reason Samsung continues earning praise in the budget category. Longer software support means better security, improved stability, and access to newer Android features over time. It's one of those invisible benefits you don't appreciate immediately, but you'll definitely notice after owning the phone for 2 or 3 years. Now let's talk about cameras, because this is where expectations often become unrealistic. No phone under $200 will consistently compete with flagship devices costing 5 times more. That's simply the reality of hardware limitations. But what may surprise you is just how capable modern budget cameras have become. In bright daylight, many phones in this price range capture sharp images with vibrant colors and respectable dynamic range. Portrait mode has improved dramatically thanks to AI processing, while night photography, although still limited, is significantly better than budget phones from only a few years ago. If photography matters most, Samsung generally offers excellent image processing with natural colors. Motorola delivers consistent results with simple point-and-shoot reliability. Poco often emphasizes detail and sharpness, though color processing can vary depending on lighting conditions. This brings us to one of the biggest misconceptions in smartphone shopping. People often chase the highest megapixel number. You'll see phones advertising 50, 64, or even 108 megapixel cameras. But megapixels alone don't determine image quality. Sensor size, image processing, stabilization, software optimization, and lighting conditions all matter far more than the number printed on the box. That's why some 50-megapixel cameras consistently outperform much higher resolution competitors. Now here's another feature buyers sometimes ignore until it's too late: storage. Modern apps continue getting larger every year. Videos recorded in high resolution consume massive amounts of space. Games can easily exceed several gigabytes. Whenever possible, choose at least 128 gigabytes of internal storage. It gives you much more flexibility and delays the frustrating moment when your phone constantly warns that storage is full. Display quality is another area where budget phones have improved tremendously. Not long ago, high refresh rate screens were reserved for expensive flagship models. Today, many affordable phones feature smooth 90 Hz or even 120 Hz displays. Scrolling feels fluid, animations appear more natural, gaming becomes more enjoyable. Once you've experienced a high refresh rate display, returning to a traditional 60 Hz screen feels surprisingly noticeable. But here's the real turning point in this entire discussion. The best phone under $200 isn't the one with the fastest processor. It isn't the one with the biggest battery. It isn't the one with the highest camera resolution. The best phone is the one that matches your priorities. If you love photography, Samsung might be your perfect choice. If battery life matters above everything else, Motorola becomes incredibly difficult to beat. If gaming and raw performance excite you most, Poco delivers exceptional value. And if you simply want a reliable phone for everyday communication, social media, streaming, and browsing, nearly all of these options will exceed expectations compared to budget phones from just a few years ago. It's remarkable how quickly the smartphone industry has evolved. Features that once defined premium flagships, large batteries, multiple cameras, fast displays, AI enhancements, and 5G connectivity are now available to millions of people without breaking the bank. That's great news for consumers because competition forces every manufacturer to keep improving. The biggest winner isn't Samsung. It isn't Motorola. It isn't Poco. It's you. Because every year, your money buys more technology than ever before. So before making your final decision, think carefully about how you actually use your phone. Are you constantly taking photos, watching videos, playing games, traveling, working remotely? Your personal habits should always guide your purchase, more than flashy advertisements or marketing buzzwords. At the end of the day, spending wisely matters far more than spending more. A carefully chosen $200 smartphone can easily serve you for years, handling daily tasks with confidence while leaving hundreds of dollars in your pocket for other things that truly matter. And that's perhaps the biggest surprise of all. The era where expensive automatically meant better is slowly disappearing. Smart shopping has become more valuable than ever, and today's budget smartphones prove that innovation doesn't always come with a premium price tag. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe because we regularly compare the latest smartphones, uncover hidden tech deals, and help you avoid expensive buying mistakes before you spend your hard-earned money. Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends or family looking for a new phone, and let us know in the comments, which smartphone under $200 would you choose and why? Your experience could help someone else make the perfect decision. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.